You are learning Power BI and you want to learn advanced concepts. You want to know how to apply the concept you have learned as a beginner in Power BI, then this is the series for you. So watch this complete series, know how various concepts can be applied to achieve different results. Subscribe to the channel. Hello and welcome to another video of Abstract Thesis series, and in today's video we are going to discuss how all behaves in different scenarios. So what happens, you might have seen certain formulas where we use all. Sometimes we use all with brackets, sometimes we use all with a fact table, sometimes we use all with a dimension table, sometimes we use all with a column. So what difference it is going to make, we will try to understand in today's video. So let's jump onto the Power BI. And what I'm going to do here is, let me first create a visual. So I will go and I'll create a visual brand wise. Net is my base measure. And let me duplicate this visual. And then I'll make it category wise net. Okay. So category net, let's remove brand. Now we need two slicers also, one brand slicer and one category slicer. And created table by default, I will make them as slicers. So we got the slicers. Now right now what is happening, I click on brand, it filters brand, it filters category, and brand or category belonging to one dimension, so it filters the other slicers also. So that's behavior, that's absolutely normal behavior that we know for quite some time. Now let's try to understand a little bit more things around that one. And what I'm doing is, because we will create few measures, so I'm just trying to create a little bit more space here. Okay, should be sufficient. Let's try it out. So let's first create a measure. So we create a new measure. There we say brand all, and we are going to use brand. Calculate net and all item brand. The only thing which I am using is all item brand. Okay. So I'm using a column, I put it here and I put it here. Now the first observable difference which you might have noticed, that when I used all brand, means the filter of the brand should be ignored. You saw that the visual which is having the brand is showing the grand total, but the visual which is from category, which is using group by as category, is not showing me all brands, it's still showing me the category. Okay, and the number is same. Now let me filter a brand 1 here. Now when I filter brand 1, what do you observe here is that my grand total still remains same for the brand all, means the brand all is still representing the grand total. Here it is changing, but here it is not changing. This is the same number. Here again at the grand total level, you see the number is not changing. Also what you will observe here, that now the number is different. Okay, because it is, means let's say category 1 has certain brands. Okay, and those brands are still participating. So let's go back and uncheck that. This was the number before I filter it. Even if I filter, the same number is going to be there. Okay, so it's ignoring the brand filter from the slicer when the visual is not on the brand, and when the visual is on the brand, it is ignoring that completely. Now please remember, when we use all, it doesn't mean that I'm going to get brand 1, brand 2, brand 3, brand 4 when I have selected brand 1 in the filter. That's not going to happen. The filter context is going to remain. The value is 1, which is all brand values are going to be shown into brand 1. First thing we are done. Now we will go next step. Now what we are going to do, instead of brand all, why don't we make this dimension? The item dimension is all. Okay, so now we go ahead and say all item. So we are not now talking about a column, we are talking about a table, and we have to say it item all. So let's make item all. There's a problem here. Should be fine now. Single quote is a problem. Okay, now let's drag this here. You can see the filter is ignored. Now here also the filter is. Now why it's happening here? Now in both these cases, item table is the one, or item dimension is the one which contains these two columns. Now when we say all item, ignoring all the filters coming to the item table, and that's why we are seeing a grand total. Now let's put a filter on the brand and check it out what happens. Same number both the places. Let's put a filter on category, same number. Now please remember, the brand and category are continue to filter the values, the row values. We are not going to get all the row values, and I have videos on why we need independent table on this concept, that once you filter a value, you are going to get that set of values, and if you want more than that set of value, then you need independent table in the slicer. So please watch those videos. Now we got it. Now what happens if I bring in some other dimension? So let's go ahead and add one more dimension here. Let's add something from geography dimension. So we go to geography dimension, bring in state here, and let's create a filter on top of it. Let's filter California. Now you see the number is changing. Now why the number is changing? The number is changing because you are seeing all on the item. Now all on the item means ignore the row context for the item, ignore the filter context for the item, but state is safe. State is coming from a different dimension, so it's still filtering. So item dimension, and that's where the star schema plays a really important role, because the dimension which is connected here, one to many single directional, that's where my model is, that all my tables are connected as one to many single directional. The filters are not passing into second on the other dimension. So filter is when you filter anything, it's only filtering the sales table. It's not filtering back the dimensions. So there is no bidirectional join. So this is one thing you must remember while watching this video, that I have this one to many single directional join, and so the filters are not getting passed back to the other one. Now saying this, now the state filter continue to work here. Now we say okay, fine this, but let's say I also want to ignore the state filter. So should I say all geography? That's one option. I can add all geography also, or can I do something else? So let's look at one more option. So let's continue to create the visual. So we created brand all, we created item all. Let's create sales all. Sales is my fact table. So let's say sales all. What happens when I say sales all? Now instead of item brand, I say sales. And I bring in this one in both the tables. Now what you see, when I filter category, as usual the rows will go, but the total is which we are getting, whatever was my total initially, the grand total, that's what which is coming in all sales in all the rows, and it's not changing. Now I go back, I select brand 11. Yes, the table data is going to be filtered, but look at the number is not changing. I go to the state table, geography table to the state column, again the numbers are not changing. So, and why it's happening? Because everyone is trying to filter which table? Sales. And you went ahead and filtered that. Put all on the filter, stopping those filters. So all has been put on to the sales table, which is now not getting filtered. So that's where we have stopped it. But that doesn't mean that, these filter context, you can get rid of that filter context. That's not happening. Okay. But yes, what is happening right now here is that the filter is not working and it's still giving me the overall total in whatever rows are available with the visual. So we got it. Now there is one more version which is there, which you can also try out, and that's the last version I'm going to tell you today. Let me create one more measure, and then I'm going to say all, net all, and this time I don't use any table. I simply say all. I say take all of everything, whatever is coming, and in this case is going to show almost similar behavior like all on the sales table. Okay, so now you should understand when you use all on a column, on a table, or on the central table, or on the dimension table, how it's going to work differently for each scenario, and depending on that you have to use all, because the results are going to be different. So go ahead and try this out. Do let me know what else you want me to cover in this particular series. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you. Keep watching, keep asking questions in comments, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for new videos. Thank you.